All right, the mic is on. Welcome to the show. Got a little countdown timer. Had a little bit of chaos there just at the last second. I want to thank you for coming in, watching. I try to come to you every Sunday night. I apologize to those of you who try and view me on a regular basis since I missed you last night, or last week, excuse me. Um, I really wanted to talk about the idea of the stress and the hassle that it becomes, especially as a chronic pain patient, to find a new uh, primary care provider. It just seems like an absolute. I can't believe how much it is causing me stress. I just don't know another way to put it. It's really kind of driving me crazy. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm really going, you're picking blind is really what it boils down to. You are looking for somebody to, be your new primary care provider. You really don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about you. Um, it really is, you're shooting in the dark. Um, if you've got rare and exotic things like a lot of us do, it's very difficult to find one that really understands what you've got going on. Um, I'm going to test my comments here quick, see if that's working. Looks like comments are coming through, so that's a good deal. My video on my end is choppy, but I've been told it runs smooth for you guys, so I'm not going to sweat that. Um, yeah, if you've got exotic conditions like a lot of us, it's very easy to, first of all, find a primary care provider who just either doesn't want to hear it, doesn't get it, doesn't care. I've only had a couple of bad experiences, one with a specialist and one with a PCP. Uh, I guess with the PCP, it's like she wanted to challenge everything I had to say. Um, and I don't know why. When I told her that don't that I can't pour out of a full cup of pot of coffee, that I make a half a pot of coffee at a time, she got all twisted and says, "Well, if you can do that, why can you carry and pour out a gallon of milk?" Like like I'm making shit up, you know. So I told her, I said, "Well, with a gallon of milk, you can use two hands, and I can control that. If you are trying to pour out of a coffee pot, it's hot. You can't use your second hand, so my control is worse." She asked me things like, "Well, do you bring in groceries?" Well, yeah, I bring in the groceries, but I bring in very few. My wife brings in most of them. And she says, "So you don't bring in stuff from like Walmart?" I said, "Well, yeah, but a gallon of milk is about 10 or 12 pounds. Who puts more than 10 or 12 pounds into one of those flimsy ass bags from Walmart?" And again, she seemed pissed that I had an answer when it seemed like she was trying to trip me up. So needless to say, we had only uh, one appointment, and that was it. If anybody's in the chat, if you could shoot me a quick hello, that would be swell. Give me a thumbs up or something so I know that it is working and on track. Um, so yeah, it can be a trial to find a doctor that really wants to listen, really understands, blah blah blah. And then of course, if you've got a health maintenance organization, hey Kimberly, thanks. If you've got a health maintenance organization, your PPO, whatever, all the stuff that they allowed to overtake what used to be real insurance, where it was 80/20, you had a max out of pocket, that was the end of the conversation. But with all these new networks and in this and out that, it really can be daunting. You've got to find all new specialists. You got to get a new PCP. Will they send you where you need to go? If you're like me and you've survived through the opiate witch hunt, I still use opiates on occasion when I'm going to be going to physical therapy to work out in the pool or whatever. Are they going to write those for you? Will they not write those for you? I just find all this is really causing me a ton of stress. and I don't need it. I don't want it. But it is what it is. So, and that helps drive my pain just a little bit higher. I'm sure you guys have had problems too. If you have, leave me a comment in the box. Let me know that I'm not the only one. Put a comment in there. Let me know if you also have had problems finding a new primary care provider. But I'm going to try and leave you with some tips on it, because here's what I've found in the past. I will often go to my doctor with a note written. My banner up there is blocking my hand. With a note written, because here's the deal. By the time I get to their office, sit in the waiting room, stress over whether or not they're going to listen to me or not listen to me, and I've been really blessed with most of my doctors. It's not been an issue. I'm not at my best, to put it mildly, by the time I actually see the doctor. They've asked you the same questions 8 times. What drugs are you on? And they've already got it in the damn computer. Otherwise, what's the computer for? It's just, it's a headache. So I'm stressed out. So I've gotten to writing a note, and I usually say, "Hey, hi, how you doing? Here's the 3 things I want to cover today." And I just give it. A lot of times I'll give it to the nurse, and I've covered this before. I'll give it to the nurse who takes my vitals, so she can give it to the doctor. So, they're under the gun too. So hopefully, then they can read it on the way into the room with me, because I try and keep it brief and start thinking about me before they even see me, because I'm trying to maximize the appointment, because as we all know, some of these appointments are really, really short. And then I will very politely sometimes ask them if it's okay if I tape, audio tape, record, and I tell them, I'm not trying to hook you. I'm not trying to, do something shady. I can't write well enough due to my motor skills to actually make notes that I can read later. So if, let them know you're turning it on. I don't want to do anything shady. I don't want to make my doctors feel uncomfortable with me. So that's something that, I've never had one say no. We have discussed some things off the record, off tape, and I'll just leave that at that. That's just doctor-patient privilege has to be part of the relationship as well, right? Let's be honest. But yeah, so I moved from Las Vegas, for those of you who aren't aware, to the middle of nowhere in Iowa, basically, a small town named Centerville. I picked it because there's a YMCA close where I can go to the pool and do my physical exercises that I can't do on land. They've got a medical clinic nearby, so hopefully it will all be no problem. But I'm really struggling with the worry of meeting this new PCP. I'm thinking about writing her a letter. I had one specialist where I had so much information I wanted to pass to him, and I wanted to make good use of his time. I actually made a video and brought my laptop, and I told him, I said, look, I got a 6-minute video that covers everything I want you to know. If you want to stop it and have a question, hit the space bar. Let's do this. It'll be the most efficient, because I get rambly when my pain level's high. As I'm sure a lot of us do. Got some chats coming in. You can call in live this week. I do have the phone number up if you want to call in, 725-333-4140. Yeah, Robin, I don't want to make any kind of faux pas socially, but I'm going to guess perhaps from the spelling of your name. I'm not sure. You're from Coon Rapids. Hey, I moved out of Shakopee about 7 years ago. I don't know if you're male or female. I know statistics show females don't get taken as seriously when it comes to pain, which is a really shitty situation. But yeah, on one hand, and I'll digress. I mean, if I'm not going to interact with the viewers, then what's the point of doing it live, right? I think there's two things that go on when it comes to this topic is that there are doctors that think the pain's all in your head, and then there are pain patients that the minute they suggest that you get some psychological help or mental skills training, get really offended and think that they're saying it's all in your head when that's not what they necessarily mean. Because as a longtime dealer with chronic pain issues, if there's a mental aspect to a sport like golf, not to pick on golf and whatnot, then there is definitely a mental aspect to dealing with chronic pain. There are certain skills that you can learn that can help you. Are they going to take your pain away? No. Is your pain in your head? No. But there are tools that I find useful and a lot of other people I talk to find useful. But I think communication, once again, in that situation is key, because if the doctor doesn't think you really have pain and they think it's literally psychosomatic, that's different than them just wanting to refer you out to somebody that might be able to give you some additional tools. I think that it was like the Batman utility belt, for my tools for managing chronic pain. But yeah, it's pretty much new doctor time if you are up against a doctor who really thinks your pain is psychosomatic. Yeah, so in the past, just to go back to that, I hope that was of some use to you, Robin, that I've made videos, I've written notes. What I'm really thinking about doing this time, and I'd like your opinion, leave me something in the comments if you watch this, if you think this is a good idea or not. I'm thinking about dropping off a letter to them, a couple of paragraphs. I don't want to write War and Peace or anything crazy like that they're not going to actually read. Telling them my backstory, what I got going on, that I'm more than just a list of diagnoses. I'm a person with a story and needs for my position and where I'm at. And then attached to it, the documents that back up the claims I made, like I've got calcification happening within the neuroforamen multi-level bilateral, and include the MRI report and highlight that part of it so that they can find it at a glance, to try and make it easy for them to get a feel of who I am and what I'm dealing with, and provide the documentation of it in an easy to digest packet, because they could read. I mean, the last doctor I went to told me send them everything. I sent them 25 pages and they don't read it, because when I go in, they don't know what the hell's going on. She thought I was there for gout, which I haven't had gout in years. So to try and make it really digestible for them, try and be as thorough and succinct as I can, I really think I'm going to write a letter and drop it off about a week ahead of time so that they can really take a look at it, read it while they're on break, in the bathroom, whatever, and get a grip on it. So we're having some weather, so forgive me if I'm a little fidgety on my chair today. It looks like we got about 6 live people, which is always nice. I'm always excited at the idea of getting a live call. It doesn't happen all that often, but a guy can hope. I realize some people don't care to be online. Some people don't care to appear on the internet unedited and live. But as always, I don't really have too much else about it other than that's what I'm going through, is the stress of all that nonsense. So if you've got a topic you'd like me to cover, if you'd like to reach out to me other than through the chat, you can always email me at josephofborg@gmail.com. I've also got a Facebook page called josephofborg@gmail.com. So feel free to pop in and see me, check things out, see what's going on. Make suggestions of show topics you would like to hear about. That's one of the things that gets tough for me, is coming up with stuff that you guys want to hear. I don't want to waste your time. I respect your time when you guys stop in. So with that, Joseph of Borg, I really don't have anything else, so I'm going to get out of here, quit rambling at you with my high pain level. I wish you all the best. I hope you have the best pain level day you can, and we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.